Okay, so now I'm going to work with you guys on cutting the glass. Now, letting you know now, sometimes glass does not cut the way you want it to. It can be very frustrating, have a mind of its own. There are going to be times you're going to want to throw it against the wall. Just stick with it, be smart, be slow and deliberate in your movements, and you should be fine, okay? So first what you're going to do is you're going to want to buy some rubber cement. You can get it at Hobby Lobby, Target, Walmart. You can use Elmer's or an off-brand, it doesn't matter. So what you're going to do, take your rubber cement, and you're going to put some on the area you're going to put your piece on that you cut out earlier. I make noises when I make stained glass, guys, just ignore me. And then you're going to put some on the back of the paper. I love this red. I don't know if you guys can see this red really well in the light, but it's beautiful. So, like I said earlier, if I could marry this color red, I would, but that's not legal. So, now you're going to wait for it to dry. You're just going to give it a couple seconds. It doesn't need very long. Well, depending on how much you use. You don't need to be excessive with this, but make sure you do put enough on that it's going to stay flat and it's going to cover all pieces of the paper. Doesn't matter if it covers the whole thing. You don't need to cover the whole glass, just the area that the piece is going to fit on. So you're going to wait till it dries, and then you're going to run your finger over it, and it's going to bunch up like this, and you're going to take that off, and you're going to take that off the whole piece. Now make sure before you do this that you clean the glass. I didn't tell you guys that because I cleaned it before the video started. You can use Windex, you can use glass cleaner, some people even use soap and water. All those are fine, just make sure you clean it before it starts, because if there's something on here, your glass is not going to cut the way you want it to. Now, remember what I told you guys, glass really only cuts in straight lines. You can do small arches, but you know what? They're very difficult to do, and sometimes they do not cut the way you want them to, even with those small arches. So make sure on these, you just cut, like I said, straight lines, guys, especially starting out. Once you get a little bit more advanced, you can start using more curved lines, but start straight. You can take care of all the curves whenever you grind. So, now for this, remember what I said, safety first. I'm going to put on these wonderfully attractive goggles. Should be a runway model with these. That was sarcasm if you don't know me that well. Now you're going to cut. Now, you're going to want to stand on your feet for this, and you're going to want a solid surface. Even this card table I use probably isn't solid enough. You're going to want a hard, solid surface. And you're going to take your thing. This is a glass cutter. Now, it's not going to cut all the way through. That's going to come later that you're going to have to do. But it's got a little roller at the end. There's different kinds. Some have oil. Some are just like this. This is cheaper, a lot easier to maintain, so I personally use this one. Again, everything you see here available at Hobby Lobby. Not that I'm trying to plug them or anything. I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever. You hear that sound? That's called ripping paper. And if you hear that, it's a good cut. So, you've cut your glass. Now you're going to take these. These are runners. See, they're kind of matte at the end. You always want the knob up, facing upward. So you're going to find your cut. It's going to be easy. It's going to look like a small little scratch. You probably won't be able to see it on this video, but it'll be a small little scratch. And you're going to take it. You're going to line up that little line with it, and you're just going to squeeze. And you see, sometimes it doesn't cut the way you want it to, guys. But that's okay, because my piece is still on there completely. So, you're going to do that again until all the sides are complete cut as close as you can get them. Again, remember, when you're starting out, you can grind a lot of this off, so don't get crazy with your cuts because it'll mess up. It's not going to go the way you want to every time. You're going to waste glass. Remember, you can grind off a lot of it, straight lines, and make all your pieces done. Then you move on to the next step of grinding, which is arguably one of the funnest parts of this experiment.